भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, योगी राम सूरत कुमार, जय गुरु राया। योगी राम Rama 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 भगवान श्री योगी राम सूरत कुमार की जय। सर्वं योगी राम सूरत कुमारार्पणमस्तु। one more evening, the time for worship, the evening twilight, a very special, conducive time for any effort or sadhana towards God. And we have been specially blessed by Bhagavan to be able to gather here and sing His powerful name in His powerful shrine. We all know it is no small grace. And in celebration of this, with deep gratitude, we have offered the Nama lotuses at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. We have been doing some stories which I read out to Bhagavan, which carries a teaching lesson for all of us. In this line, here is another story. It's about the glory of the name. In Kerala, there is Palakkad, and near Palakkad is Parayanur. A girl by name Guru Ramma got married so early in life and was widowed at the age of 60. You can imagine how bleak the future must have looked for her. But then she somehow took to chanting the Ramna. She was very devoted to Lord Krishna, and she began to chant the mantra, Krishna mantra. In the beginning, it was off and on, but later she began to take it up seriously and with her entire being. And she was chanting and chanting day and night, day and night. Finally, she achieved Siddhi in that. We call it Japa Siddhi, the culmination of all the japas, that now she could no more stop herself from chanting the name. That became her very breath. And she was living in the drama. In the same place, there was another saint by name Bilvamangal. His name is very closely connected with Padmanabha Swami of Trivandrum. The story goes that it's he who brought the Murti and established, installed it there. Now this saint was also given to the worship of Lord Krishna. I believe his devotion was such that every day when he did the puja, Lord Krishna would appear and stand before him. Now one day, in the same place, there was a Brahmin who developed a terrible stomachache. He was unable to bear the pain and he was screaming all the time. He went to this doctor, that doctor, and he did everything that was told, and yet there was no relenting it. Finally, he came to hear about Vilvamangal. He approached him and said, Swami, please cure me. Please do something. I'm unable to bear it. Otherwise, I would die. Vilvamangal said, okay, tomorrow when I do puja, Lord Krishna would come and stand before me. I would put forth. And the next day, when he did the puja, true to his word, Lord Krishna appeared before him, and Vilvamangal described what the Brahmin was going through. Lord Krishna smiled and said, "Oh, it is his prarabdha karma. He has to experience it." And he stopped at that. So Vilvamangal repeated whatever Sri Krishna said to him. Now this Brahmin was very disappointed. He had come with the hope that Lord Krishna himself appeared and that there would be cure. Now he decided there was no other goal except death. He was very exhausted, and days were passing. And then he came to know about his Guru Rama. He was not very sure that anything would happen at all after his experience with Vilvamangal, but he did all the same because people were forcing him to. Guru Rama had reached such a state by chanting the name that she could see only Lord Krishna everywhere. She saw Lord Krishna in everyone, and Lord Krishna was a divine child. She had this bhava of Yashoda. So everybody became her child. Everyone became Krishna to her. So when this Brahmin presented himself, screaming with his stomach ache, Guru Rama looked at him, and even as she looked at him, Lord Krishna was with her. But she did not ask Lord Krishna. She said, "I will give you this mantra, this Rama mantra. You keep chanting it for some time. As you begin to chant, you will see a change in you, and slowly, slowly your stomach ache would reduce." And then he started to chant, and true to her word, he found the pain becoming less and less. And one day she said, "You go have your dip in the tank and come." She prepared food for him. He said, "Ma, I could not eat for days. I'm starving, but then I cannot take any food because of the condition of my stomach." She says, "Don't worry, I will serve you." And then suddenly he felt the urge to eat, and he ate very well. He felt very happy because he had eaten for the first time after so long. And then she said, "Now you keep chanting this name and your stomach ache will disappear altogether." And again, he kept chanting, and very soon it was completely gone, and he bounced back to his normal health. He was so happy, he went about telling everybody in the village. See what Vilvamangal could not do, Guru Rama could manage. I'm so happy. But then when Vilvamangal came to know, he felt very bad. He regretted because he knew the same Lord Krishna was with Guru Rama also. Why wouldn't Sri Krishna suggest the Nama chanting to him? He could have very well told this Brahmin to do that. But Krishna stopped with prarabdha karma and did not go any further. He felt very bad, very upset. And next day when he did puja, Lord Krishna appeared. And then Vilvamangal asked him, "Why did you do this to me? You could have suggested the same Ram Nam and I would have given it to him." Sri Krishna said, "You are not used to chanting the name. Your sadhana is only this puja, which means you have no faith in Nama chanting. You did not chant the name at all. You were doing only puja, but then you did it with your entire being. So I have accepted. So I could not prescribe something which you did not do. And that's when Bilvamangal understood that his sadhana was not complete. That to be able to see Krishna is not everything. To attain Godhood, the form alone will not do. The nama should accompany it. And then he went and prostrated before Guru Rama and accepted this nama chanting to the delight of Shri Krishna. So goes the story. It is Bilvamangal with great effort chased Sri Ranganatha Anantasayana, he stood like a tree there in the forest. And then the tree fell down. It became Ranganatha Swami, Anantasayana, Padmanabha Swami. And he, of course, it ran to 18 miles, I believe, the length. But then he prayed to Swami, Padmanabha Swami, and reduced it to the size that it is now in the temple. So this story, at the end, it tells us that no single sadhana, it reaches a certain level, but the nama chanting is superior to the puja or anything, any other sadhana. What nama chanting can achieve, the puja, the worship of the form, will not be able to. This is what Shri Krishna teaches. The nama is even greater than the form. Rama said in Ramayana, with my name, Jai Shri Ram, Hanuman could jump across the ocean. But Rama himself had to build a bridge and walk over. That the nama is greater than the divinity itself, the deity, that is. Yogi Ram Surat Kumar often said, pointing to his body, this body is perishable. Do not be attached to this body. This beggar's name can give you everything. The name is the Kalpataru, the wish-fulfilling tree. With a difference, it will give you only what is good for you, unlike the Kalpataru of the celestial world. The name is more powerful than the deity itself. Now this story is supposed to be a true story, and it proves once again the same point. So we have all been fortunate to be given the nama to chant. And the nama is not just the Nami, the personal God. It is the all-pervasive, all-knowing, all-powerful, supreme divinity. So whenever we chant the name, let us remember that we are connecting to the supreme divinity, the supreme power that created the whole cosmos and is running it with its infinite details with such discipline, beauty, and rhythm. So let us not underestimate nama chanting, and let us keep on chanting, if possible all the 24 hours. When Bhagavan was initiated by Papa Ramdas with Ramanama, Papa Ramdas gave one instruction, only one instruction. Chant this mantra all the 24 hours. And Bhagavan said, Papa gave not only Ramanama, but also Ramabhana. The Ramabhana triggered something inside him, and he began to chant day and night, with no thought for food or sleep. And then he said, when he described it to me, which I have repeated 100 times before, he said, not that this beggar could do it all the 24 hours as Papa Ramdas wanted, but Devki, this beggar was trying and trying and trying. And then he said, Devki, this trying is tapas. So let us remember his instruction that remembering the name is remembering God, and remembering God is living in God. And it's only when we remember we truly live. When we forget God, we are dead, even though there is breathing going on in the body. And when we chant the name, the Nami is instantly with us. That's why we live in the Nami when we chant the name. So we should remember that when we chant the name, the divine is in us and we are in the divine. Raman Maharishi gave an example that if there is a picture drawn on a screen, would you say the painting is on the screen or the screen is on the painting? The truth is the painting is on the screen. Likewise, we are living in God. Since we are aware only of the body, we say God is inside us. We refer to the body and say, God is inside me. In truth, we are in God. So, when you chant the name, you live in God. Let us remember this always. And while you live in God, you are connecting to the highest power, the great cosmic power, which is capable of anything, which again means you are no more a weakling. You should no more feel helpless, that you have God with you and within you. We shall now offer our today's prayer at the lotus feet of Bhagavan. Bhagavan, we beg you again and again for your immediate divine intervention to bring forth a dharmic normalcy to today's world in all aspects of life. Today's world is full of violence, and there's growing enmity and misunderstanding between people, and with the war already going on, with all its atrocities, and the killer diseases attacking us unexpectedly, and the furies of nature. Only you can do something. Please bring in harmony, unity, peace, and growing friendship and brotherhood and mutual help, and a good control over the diseases and the violence of nature. We also beg you to uproot all the asuras who live in our mind. You are so much used to killing asuras. In the beginning, the Devas and Asuras, they had separate worlds, and there was a constant tug of war. In the next Yuga, the Mahabharata war, the Devas and Asuras, they lived in one family as cousins, the Pandavas and Kauravas. In Kali Yuga, the Devas and Asuras lived in one mind. All the good thoughts are devas and all the bad thoughts are asuras, and there's a constant tug of war. So, we beg you, Bhagavan, to uproot all the negativities of the human mind which are responsible for today's world. We also beg you to reach out to those people who have been stranded in varied parts of the world for some reason or the other, due to their past karma, unable to get help or protection. We beg you to do the needful. We also beg you to protect all those unselfish people who have been serving the others in some way or the other from unhealthy criticisms, unhealthy reproaches and aspiration, because they come in the way of constructive work. We beg you again to promote the economy of the country and the growth in varied fields of activity, that India soon would reach the status of the world teacher to conduct the whole world in the path of dharma, as predicted by the great souls. We also beg you, we pray to you in all earnestness and sincerity for ceaseless chanting of your powerful name and unbroken remembrance of your teachings and leelas. We should assimilate it and make it into Atma Shakti. We beg you to bless us to be sattvic instruments in your hands. We don't want to be Duryodhanas, Kamsas, Ravanas. Please bless us to run our everyday life as an offering to you and not be caught by the temptations of Maya. We seek that ultimate state of bliss and peace, but then we need to be purified. There is so much fear, anger, passion, jealousy, and growing desires for worldly possessions. The Nama is capable of destroying all this. Like a detergent soap, it can easily cleanse the mind of all that is unwanted. We take refuge in your powerful Nama and joyful, continuous chanting of that. We also take refuge in joyful service to you. Whatever work falls into our hand and wherever we are, be it a home or a forest or an ashram, we should do it in the spirit of service to you, and that without unhealthy competition or jealousy, in the spirit of surrender to you. Then it would become, from aham bhavam, it would become atma bhavam. We also beg you to bless us to practice acceptance of whatever life brings to us, be it a joy or sorrow. Coming from you, it can only be a great blessing, meant for our spiritual growth, meant for our greater good and closer relationship with you. As we progress, we will be able to detect that living, vibrant, pulsating presence of yours everywhere and in everything. Bhagavan, please bless us to be able to see your will behind all the happenings of life. When there is a sudden attack of some past karma, we collapse, we resent you, saying that you have let us down, and we put the blame on everyone else for our own failures. We try to move away from you, but then you, out of love and generosity, will not allow us to move away from you and convert all our difficulties into great blessings. Please bless us to be grateful to you even for the adversities of life. We seek your blessings for all the species of the cosmos, in whatever state of being they are, in whatever state of misery they are, to be lifted to a higher plane. And finally, we who have been seeking only solutions to our endless problems of life, seek dissolution of that which is the root cause of all evil. The ego, the selfishness, the I and mine that rule all our lives all the time, so that we be free from the vicious cycle of births and deaths. Bhagwan, please bless us with that immortal life, with that eternal living and eternal servitude to you, that eternal supreme divinity. Jai Yogiram Sarat Kumar.